All right, let's get into the first part here. So I would follow the first one, the file basic analysis.py, this file. So in this file, you can see several parts here. And I already have some structure here, so you can follow it. So at first, to use the root is a C++ things in Python. You have to import the critical or essential class from the root itself. So this line is just import the thing you need from the root. In this way, you have to use a root prefix. That means that everything will have the root does something, the root class like that. So if you want to skip the prefix, that's not recommended. You can use the from root imports. That's just asteroid. It means the old thing here. So this is the first thing you need to know to just get started to import all the thing, all the root from Python from into the Python itself. Okay. Um, then there's a part called root logon.c. This is kind of um, I would say I would use both for you load some library or load from like style, like setting, like how you plot the a figure, like you want to have the Greek or you want to have statistic showing there. So but for now, you just you can forget it because we will get to it, and you can set up the script in later instead kind of a global setting here. Okay, so by the way, it's still interesting to learn. This is a you can see a root dot g style. The g prefix this variable is means global. That means that uh, you can apply all the histogram with the same style like this one. Okay. So I can try this a little bit for you. So I type ipython I. This is interaction mode. So you will have get into prompt like that. So I import root. Okay. So root is already in. So I can type root that or type g style. Then I type set and you can use the tab to finish the command. Or normally you start from set something. That's the setter. That's a convention. Like we like to set pad Greek X. Then we can put a question mark, and you will show some description. I think it's much nicer. The display display is much nicer in a IPython than the root itself. Okay. All right. This is the first part. Then you will see some function here. I will come back later here. This is a fitting part. So a little bit different in fitting, I would say, because in C++ you use a function instead of a class to be code. So this is only different, a little bit different thing to declare a function here. All right. So I will come back to the function here. So anyway, we go to the part one or the basic one. Okay. So so the first thing you can do is to create a canvas. Canvas can put many sorts of things. You can put histogram like th1f object or tgraph object, anything that can display on it. So to do this in Python, it's very simple. There's no pointer. The pointer means you have this symbol pointer. So everything is just like a class, very C++, the object instantation. Okay, so you can create a tcanvas object by just calling the constructor. In this, I call the name of the object is C1. and this is a variable, and this is a key. Normally, I like to put them in the same name, so the variable name as my key name. So because this kind of feature like it's this ID kind of a ID in your object. In this design, you can retrieve your object by the key name C1 and assign to the variable C1. This is technically quite often used in the root itself. Then the second parameter is the title that will display on the window cell. Okay, let's try this very quickly. Just copy, paste on it. So you can see this is title here. Okay. So then just for demonstration, I create a T file here. So in this case, I create a file. I put the constructor into some parameter in it. So the first parameter is my output.root. This is kind of a file name I'm working on. So the second parameter is control, either you read in the file or just write out a file or append the data on the file. So in this case, I code the recreate. That means that I erase all the previous data and recreate a new one. Okay, so so if you want to read in the file, basically you don't need to specify anything. That's by default you read in the file, and you write out file. I use to recreate. Okay. If I remember correctly, you don't need to specify this capitalized or small, I mean lowercase or uppercase here. Okay, so let's put it here, copy and paste. Okay, so I have a root file called is a F and C1 here. Then let's do something fun. Okay, so let's create a histogram. How about that? So to create a histogram, we call the TH1. This is 1D histogram. So one, you can see the F something or TH1D. That's normally for the type in C++. Okay, so you have float type or double type or integer is specified I, th1i, or short. So for th1f, this means that your being, it's like one. You can be something like 1.1 to 1.2, and the precision could be in a float precision. And double, just your being position or division can be in a double precision. Okay, normally depends on how you want, but normally I think th1f is good enough. For like something like th1c or th1i, that means the how many data you can store in one bean. For example, th1c, that means that your data in one bean could just be from -128 to 127. Okay, so this is just a basic idea about how the root work here. So you have all sorts of histogram, but I would just recommend use th1f here. So again, every object normally many object has you have to key. In this case, again, I would say the h1, the key h1, because it will be the variable h1 here. Then the title here, I call the title histogram 1. And you can see there is a semicolon here. The semicolon means that this is the next thing would be my label for x-axis. The next is a label for y-axis. Okay, you can skip this part, and later you can do still do this change the title of your axis. That's still possible. And then the convention is to put a bean, number of bean first, then the minimum range and maximum range. Okay, so here I create two histogram because I want to fill different data. One is for Gaussian, one is for Gaussian plus some linear background. Then I will going to do the fit for it. So just for fun, copy this and paste on it, hit enter. So by the way, you can type H1. You will see some feedback from the prompt here, like the th1 object as some memory address here. Okay, um, so the next thing is I would fill some data. So the way to fill the data is to loop some give a loop, and in each loop assign some value and fill call the fill function in the histogram and to fill in value here. So here I use a random. It's a global variable. Global object G random. It has several functions in it. You have uniform that's could return the value into certain range. This is -3 to 3. Because I said s minus to -3, x maximum to 3, so I just pick out a random number here. And there another function, the method is the Gaussian. The first parameter is for center, and then sigma here. You will generate the random function and reassign it to G or K, and then fit and fill the data in H1 or H2. So just for fun, we can try to see like G random and type enter. Oh, sorry, type. You can see a lot of things on it, and you can try, or you can Google on it. Okay, so that's good. So let's copy this and fill. Okay, good. So now our H1 and H2 are not empty anymore. They have some data. So let's do update our histogram. Okay, let's code the draw function first. That I code H2 draw. You should see something on the histogram on the canvas. Yes, you see it's a very beautiful. You see H2 is with the Gaussian here and a uniform random number from -3 to 3. And if you want to overlap the H1 and H2, is very easy. So you can just code H1 draw and pass the option same. So you can see the same thing here. And also you can change the color. The easy way to change it could be you call the editor, or you can write in the code. That's also possible, like this. Okay, and you can change a lot of things here. All right. So because we call H2 first, H2 draw first, so the title is H2 here. This is a statistics for H2. All right. So in here we can we think the result is good. So we want to write out to the my output.root file. We just code this method h1.write, so it will be there. So how to check that? So you check fls, you will see you write in there. F is my output.root file, and there is a histogram here. Okay, so let's play around some style. Okay, so what means style? I already changed a little bit here, so you can see this histogram style or the display is changed a little bit. For example, I can change the width. So how can we rewrite in the code? It's very easy. So basically, it started from H2 set something. For example, we want to set the line width, so just set line width. Okay, you can type question mark and you see something there, but not so useful. But you can try to. Okay, then you see nothing. This is something very special in the pyroot. You need a C1 update. Okay. Okay, good. So in the C++ version, you don't need use the C1 update, you would when you change the I'm remembering right. If we change the style, it will reflect on the canvas automatically here. All right, so let's say we want to change this histogram number 2 also to the red. How can we do this? Very easy. Again, we start from edge to set, and we want to set a line color. All right, you can then you would need to type something like to some color, and in here the set line color is take in T color class. So this is some very specific thing, like you have to use root.k. It means kind of enumerator, and red here. Okay, again, so C1 update. Okay, this should go to red. All right, you can set title, change the title by get x-axis to get this t-axis object, then set the title, and again get y-axis by get y-axis. This function will return a t-axis object. Then you involve the set title for this. So let's just do this very quickly. Okay, so now you change to the y-axis at 2 instead of a very beginning one, right? Okay, this is a thing we can play around. Then let's do some analysis.